Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. Happy Monday. Good morning. Okay. I'm just so excited to be here. I love Mondays. It's my favorite day. My name is Jennifer Luddington. For those of you who do not know me, I am a high performance mindset coach and I help you generate your own value centered life. Good morning, Insta. Hi, Nancy. Good morning, guys. So, what I wanted to talk about today is how extraordinary you are. That's what I want to talk about today, how extraordinary you are, and how sometimes we lose sight of how extraordinary the ordinary is. And I really want that to land with you guys right now. I want to tell you a little story. And I'm going to teach you something today. And I think that if you can shift your mindset here for this week, it's going to really set you up powerfully. Hi, Holly. Good morning, Mary Beth. So I'm going to dive in. And I know you guys are here. I appreciate you being here. Give me hearts so that I know that you're here. And if you're over here on Facebook, let me know where you're watching from. I love to see it. It really fascinates me. Instagram, let me know where you're watching from. This is going to be a really interesting Mindset Monday. I'm going to share a little bit of my struggle that happened to me this weekend, and I think a lot of you can relate. And if this is something that you can relate to, let me know. I think it's a really powerful tool, and when we can shift our mind, like we're going to right now, I'm going to share with you. I think it's going to set you up really powerfully this week. Okay, so we've got Lima, Peru. We've got people from all over. That's really exciting. Okay, so you guys, I had this intention on Friday. I was feeling super frisky, right? And I was feeling like, oh, I'm gonna have fun this weekend. I'm missing the joy, I'm missing all the action. And so what I committed to doing is like, I'm just gonna have fun, you know? And so I thought like, oh, we're gonna go out swing dancing. We're gonna like dance on the dance floor. We're gonna do all these things. We're gonna go to the lake. We're gonna get on a boat. Like I had all these things in my mind that I was gonna do to have fun, right? It was gonna be extraordinary, right? And what actually happened this weekend was I had one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. And what was interesting is that during the weekend, none of those things happened. None of those things happened. But what did happen was my daughter showed me that she's learning to crochet. Very ordinary. My husband and I went on very simple walks, but they were connected, hand-holding, loving walks. We took our dogs to the park and watched them play. We literally went to this hole in the wall place in Caldwell, Idaho, at this swing place, and everyone's doing swing dancing around us. It was like I was watching everyone have these moments. I was watching this little girl, she was like 3, on the dance floor, swinging her tutu around and being in the moment and being joyful. I watched the people to our right that we were sitting at the table having dinner with, celebrating that they just found out they're gonna have a baby and the beauty of that. I watched the people across from me at the table that we're having dinner with celebrate that they just put a down payment on their first home. That's extraordinary stuff. But by society's standards, it's ordinary, you guys. Right? Why is it that the extraordinary is the person that gets 1 million views on YouTube? Why aren't we celebrating our ordinary moments? Because those ordinary moments are the moments that I want to remember that really matter to me at the end of my life. Right? Those ordinary moments at the end of my life are the moments that I'm going to want back more than anything. It's not going to be the views on Instagram. It's not going to be the views on YouTube. It's not going to be the influencer or the extraordinary things that you do by, maybe you have a memoir and a book or a protein bar company or a gym, or all the things that maybe by other people's standards that I've created are extraordinary, right? But right now, the ordinary, the little things are really super extraordinary to me. So I want to land this with you guys a little bit more because it's really interesting, because I think we've got it so backwards. I think our society has put values in the wrong things. Are you guys understand? Does this land with you? I mean, really the wrong things. Think about it. Think about the ordinary people. Ordinary, right? So by all world standards, being a nurse or a teacher is ordinary job. I have to tell you, there's a woman in my She Ascends program, which is a mindset group and program that I have for women. And she's a nurse, and I won't use her name, but She tells me, I was on the phone with her the other day, she told me the story about, she's in the neonatal unit, about this little baby, right? And this little baby was premature and her family was suffering, right? They were going back and forth and the mom was there and, she was telling me how connected she's become to this family, holding the mom's hand during all-nighters, calling her on the phone to make sure that she was okay. And in that moment, by all cultural standards, this nurse has an ordinary job. But to that mom that has a baby that's fighting for their life, this nurse is extraordinary. And for the rest of this mom's life and that baby's life, that nurse that's ordinary will be extraordinary to them. It's the same thing. There's another woman in my group. She's a teacher. And you guys, she is tore up about not being able to give children what they need this year because of COVID. Right? She's torn to pieces that she can't connect to her students. She's torn to pieces that she's fearful that her students won't be able to learn and that they won't be able to get what they need or connect in community. She's going to great lengths, speaking up, on platforms, really trying to make a difference for these kids. But by our society's standards, her job is ordinary. But to those kids who she's affected for years teaching, there's no one more extraordinary. No one. Just like my mom, she's a teacher for over 20 years. Pretty ordinary. She didn't have a YouTube channel that went viral, right? She wasn't publishing a book. She wasn't put on a stage. She wasn't put on a pedestal because she did something by society's standards as being famous or look a certain way or any of those things. Right? It was the ordinary thing that made my mom so extraordinary. And this woman in my group extraordinary. And this nurse extraordinary. So what I want to tell you guys today, instead of looking out there and saying, I should be here in my life, or I should be doing this in order to be, successful. It's like, what I want to set you up for this week is to dive back in to the moments that truly matter. The moments that may seem ordinary by the culture that we've inundated ourselves with, society, like these standards we have of extraordinary, and start to look at the day-to-day things that truly are the ordinary moments that become extraordinary, right? Those ordinary things that by society's standards don't really matter are the moments that really become the extraordinary ones, the ones that you really want to have back. The ones that maybe, if it's an ordinary walk with your husband, what happens if your husband's gone? You're going to want that moment back. It becomes really extraordinary. Or the moment with your daughter where you're having a connected conversation and, you find out the truth of her value system and what's important to her in her life. When she moves and she's in college, you're going to really remember that moment as extraordinary. Or maybe your parents are elderly and you make them dinner for their anniversary and you have that moment, that family moment, that connection. That ordinary moment after they pass is pretty extraordinary. So the pleasure comes in the pause, right? The joy and the pleasure in our life comes in the pause. Pausing to understand that those ordinary moments are truly the extraordinary ones. And our value system and our external society is putting pressure on us to create, to achieve, to hustle hard, to do all these things that at the end of our lives really aren't going to matter. I struggle with this too, right? I struggle with the pause. I struggle with my own work. Just because I'm a mindset coach doesn't mean that I don't struggle with this too. It's like, where's the line? Where do I hit stop and not try to push or achieve or, do? How can I be? And push pause every day so that I can truly connect to those ordinary moments. The ones that I really want to remember and be present for. Because that is extraordinary, and that is the human experience. That's why we're here. It's not to get 1 million views on a YouTube channel. It's not. Sure, those are extraordinary moments in someone's life. to someone's standards, but to my standards. Where I'm staying right now, where I want you to stay right now, is that your extraordinary can be in the value that you bring to the people around you, the moments you experience with them, the connection you have with them. So this week, as you're looking at your shoulda, woulda, couldas, or the things that you should achieve or reach or become, instead take a step back this week, guys, and look at the ordinary and see where you can find how extraordinary they are, those moments. Focus your attention on that. Push pause and allow that to be the joy instead of the achievement or the hustle or the grind. Let's find the joy in those small moments. Yeah? Okay, I would love to know what you're going to find joy in this week. I would love to know where you're going to find and push pause to find that pleasure, that connection, that intimacy of relationships, right? Whether it be with getting intimate with your partner in a very connected way, whether it be getting intimate with you. And intimate, don't get it twisted. Intimacy is not like always have to be sexual, you guys. Like intimacy is having a connected, deep, meaningful connection with another human, going deep on something, getting connected to something in a powerful way, thinking it through, feeling it through, right, with that other human. It can be with your parents, it can be with your children, it can be with your best friend, it can be with, anyone. It can even be with your business, getting intimate with it, really diving into it, understanding it. So see where you can actually find the joy and the pause. Find the extraordinary in the ordinary. Understand that the achieving, the hustle, the grind is not always where it lives. Okay? All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And again, if you found this valuable or if you feel like you like this video, please share it. I would love to see you share it if you feel so called. And I will be back on Wednesday. I'm going to talk to you guys about something really fun that goes along with what we're talking about over the past week or so about values. We're going to talk about value stacking. I have this concept that I got from Atomic Habits. I don't know if you guys have ever read that book. It's called I believe it's called Atomic Habits. Yeah, that is what it's called, Atomic Habits. I don't remember what the guy's name is. Does anybody know what his name is, the author? I don't want you to think that it's my concept. It's his concept. And he would talk about something called habit stacking. And we're going to talk about something called value stacking because I think that's where it starts. I think it starts there and then it becomes habit stacking. So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. And so if you guys have any questions for it, let me know. But otherwise, I'll see you then. I hope this was valuable for you, and I hope you can find the extraordinary moments in the ordinary parts of your day. All right, guys, have a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon.